Yes, we say rub your hands with the sanitizer before you enter into the world because there is a COVID outside. So we have to secure our mind, which is in peace and happiness, before we go outside and interact with the world. Otherwise, we will blame and complain and react. Did you understand this? Then the journey will continue with the suffering. And what exactly is the journey of the Eastern wisdom? My master used to say that the world is like a water and the mind is the milk. If you pour milk into the water, they become one. And we do not recognize who is responsible for my stress and suffering. Now there is a mixture. Mixture is a confusion. A lazy plus genius boy I was talking to and entered, lazy but genius. The mother told the boy, please go outside and bring some butter for me for the kitchen. Lazy boy but genius. That is our day-to-day life. So he went into the kitchen and took out a big box of yogurt. Mom, here is butter. Crazy boy, what you are talking? Where is the butter? The butter is hidden in the yogurt. Is it not true? So, but we need to churn the yogurt to extract the butter from it. We have to churn our life, our thoughts, our feeling, our emotions, the state of our mind to extract the butter from it. Then you can declare, I love peace, and instantly you say, yeah, peace is my nature. Do I love happiness? Yes, happiness is my nature. Do I love knowledge? Knowledge is my nature. Do I love to survive? Existence is my nature. Look at those people in the hospital. They like to survive. Their limbs are gone. Take some examples. Third heart attack, I like to survive. Do you see that? I had a wonderful student who is very hardly 27, 28 years old on Monday's session. So he asked me after attending few sessions, he came all the way from New York. He stayed with his uncle in Arizona and he said, I want to meet you. That was his. You cannot imagine that such a smart, intelligent, even physically, mentally, intellectually. So when he came to my house, his lower limbs are not there. And he is a wonderful golf player. That is the way to extract the butter. He never misses a session. I could never think. Later on, he told me that I was on a vacation and driving, and then I met with an accident. So doctor told me to cut the lower limbs until the knee. So we see you already know prosthetic, and ultimately prosthetic or whatever you say. That is. So he's working with those legs. You can't imagine why. Peace is my nature. I love peace, happiness. Do I like to survive? That survival is existence. If I want to survive, now see from the ant to the elephant, everyone wants to survive. I can make a choice as a human being, animals cannot make a choice. But still, the nature helps them. How? How? Science knows Darwin theory of evolution, adaptation, adjustment. Animals, are adapted by the nature. We have to make a choice to adapt ourselves to be in peace. You cannot have everything in your hands. Otherwise, be animal. Suffer. Do you see that? We have to understand, we have to think why intellect is there given to us to think, to change the right path of my life so that I do not have insecurity, I do not have fear, I do not have a blame, complain, reaction game. That is what the Eastern wisdom teaches us. And this is not I'm speaking. I'm so confident only because I carry the tradition. I carry forward the teachings of these 3,000 teachers, 3,000 texts. Once I applied in my life and I saw this is the only journey. Now begin the journey. We understand. We claim that we understand, but not realize in thought, in speech, and action. Yeah, that is what we understand. So, when we claim we understand, it is not realized in action, it is misunderstanding. There is no Mr. Understanding, it is misunderstanding. Can I realize there is a misunderstanding, there is a confusion? Where the confusion lies in my head. So that misunderstanding and confusion, our master says it is delusion, it is illusion. I live in hallucinations. I do not appreciate the right path because of past impressions, because of impulsive nature, because of instinctive nature. So, two things. First thing I have to understand clearly, when there is a clarity, delusion is gone, then I have to take care of the mind. The mind that is impulsive, instinctive, impulsive, habitual must go. That I have already covered in last few sessions. Right knowledge, right understanding. So we are starting the second chapter of this great text, Gita. Second chapter is known as Jnana Yoga. Jnana means knowledge, yoga of knowledge, wisdom. Where the knowledge is located? Intellect. Second point, if the knowledge is free from doubt, clarity, there is a clarity, there is no doubt, and there is a conviction, the mind will definitely follow it. But if you think that this knowledge should be twisted according to you, I don't want to use any word, otherwise, people will have their political opinion. There is no alternative fact or knowledge. Knowledge is knowledge. I don't want to go, but to remember, knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge do not change. Do you agree? Knowledge do not change. I like John, or someone hates John. I don't want to change my opinion, but I don't want to understand why I like John, why the second guy hates John. That is the job of an intellect. Why I like, why I react, why I blame, why I complain. So if I do not find it out, then the journey of self discovery will not take place. Because the second chapter is all about knowledge, so I'm giving a brief understanding of this. Now, just think of it. What is the subject matter? Why? Why we are meeting every week? What is the subject matter? Who am I? That is the subject matter. What is my true nature? What is the world outside? Because when I interact with the world, then only there is a problem. So if I know the right nature of this world outside, I'll have no problem. And if I know my true nature, and I already gave you a hint, do you love peace? Peace is your nature. Do you love love? Yes, love is my nature. Do I love to survive? Existence is my nature. Our master says absolute existence, consciousness, bliss is our essential nature. It cannot be done. What is nature cannot be changed. Do I live into that state 24/7? No. So there is a misunderstanding, there is a confusion, there is a delusion. I have to remove it. That is why we are understanding this. How simple it is. Then, am I interested in it? Am I committed to it? Am I sincere? That makes me a seeker. I just, I think a couple of months before I concluded this youth teachers training with Casey. Anne knows Casey, who moved from New Jersey to Arizona. So we've concluded. There was a beautiful little girl, going to be 16 years. No, I have to find a house so that, I have applied for learning, for a driving license. So I'll be getting a driving license. And ultimately, I will choose my future life. That is the way to be seeker. If I am not a seeker, am I a qualified seeker on this path? Day before yesterday, this woman called me from India, whom I know almost, and her husband for the last 20 years. So how are you doing? So I'm doing same as you have left me. But sir, you already know my honey doesn't allow me to work. That is why I said you are 100% wrong. Again, you have started blaming, complaining, and reacting your honey. You see, mind is impulsive, instinctive, and habitual. Nothing will happen. Because in India, I saw two beautiful kids. They have son and daughter. And now the son got, I think, 100% marks in mathematics and science in India, and Canadian University accepted. Living into the same environment, both are crazy. The couple is really crazy. They don't want to do anything. They just want to lie with eyes closed, dreaming $1 million will come to them in their bank. It will not happen. And even if it happens, if you win a lottery, last year I think I analyzed, and there was an analysis of around 100 people who became millionaire because of lottery. 80% failed in their life. They lost all the money. You can Google out and you can find out. So I have to be, second thing is I have to be a seeker. If I am not a seeker, what I will get? Now ask yourself. Subject matter clear? I am a qualified seeker clear? Third is what I will get. You will not get anything. Continue the journey or stop it. You will not get anything. Why? Do you love peace? Peace is your nature. It is already hidden inside. Love is already hidden inside. Happiness is already inside. You are uncovering, you are unveiling your essential nature. What you will get? You will get nothing. It is already with you. Only thing, only change will happen that now you live in peace, happiness, love, and wisdom 24/7. There is an end of suffering. There is no insecurity. There is no fear. There is no doubt. There is no blame. There is no complaint. You have changed. Did you understand the question and an answer? You won't get anything. Very 100% clear. Why? Because if you are not clear, I will get something. Oh, from tomorrow, this guy will love me. It will never happen. The guy doesn't know what the love is and where the love is located. Guy or girl, how he will or she will be able to achieve that. So, by teaching like this, our mind takes a break. Happiness is not outside, it is within me. Love is not outside, it is. Do I love to survive? We are in a hospital, and ultimately the doctor says, I am sorry. Only I. Only I. Do I love to survive? Why I talk like this? How the masters of Eastern wisdom guides when their students are in delusion, hallucinations, misunderstanding, confusion. I already explained all this, right? So I'm just reproducing. I modified, I personalized this session sometime in a group and individually. But here it is very good. I have all the wise people with me. So I must speak about what the master answered when the seeker who was extremely intelligent. You can think of it that in this text, Arjuna was a seeker, the name of the Arjuna, and compare Arjuna with Bill Gates. That will make you understand easily. The way he is undergoing divorce and etc. and loveless life. So he spoke the same thing. So you see, in the society, he was recognized as a great warrior, genius. He was never defeated in any war in those times. But then he was shivering with the fear, full of anxiety, delusion, and depression. What was the first answer? Guidance by the master. So I created the entire story so that you should understand. Direct answer. What the master says. What the master said. If I translate that verse and then I will, he had, he came to the master with the sad and big face. What should I do? This depression, discouragement, delusion. He was totally full of distress. Now the master answers. Master says, "You crazy guy? How come the dejection, the stain and darkness of the self in this hour of difficulty and pain? This is not the way a wise people think and act." Do you see? Did you understand that point? Then in those days, people used to talk about heaven and hell. This is not the way to go to heaven. And neither it will bring heaven on the earth. You will continue to suffer. If you misunderstand, you are in delusion who you are. Now let us understand in the way the modern times. Can you say the Bilguts? You are crazy. You are full of delusion. You are full of misunderstanding. It is your problem that you lived your loveless life. Can anyone say to him? No. Because his genius of what he has done in the material world hypnotizes our mind. No, after all, he has achieved everything. It may be the mistake of the other women. That's why he lived the loveless life. Our masters point out that if you experience the problem, you are the problem. Find out the confusion. Remove the confusion in you. Understand it. So the second chapter we are beginning with understanding intellectually, followed by the practice. Master said, "I pity on you. You are the craziest person." He used the three words. But before that, understand the mature mind, mature intellect, and a weak mind. Mind with impulse, habit, move to danger, fear, insecurity. Animal mind is limited. So we take over that animal mind in our life, we limit it by ego. And that ego react, resist, fight, anger, hesitate. This is our life. Did you understand that point? Animal mind is limited. How can a human being with an animal mind can ever be happy? It can only happen by the intellect. I told you before, animal mind cannot change outer situation. They are programmed by nature, and adaptation and adjustment comes after millions of years of adaptation. Do you see that? We are given the intellect. I can adapt and adjust by making a right choice. Do you see that point? That is how deeply our masters of the Eastern wisdom say, check yourself. Do you have an intellect? Yes. Can you observe? Yes. Can you separate the event? Yes. Can I make a choice? Yes. You are a qualified seeker. If you use the intellect, you can remove the confusion from your life and you can live. So the master answers when the seeker is in delusion. The master says you are crazy, living in delusion. Do you think the master is nasty? These masters are very tough. They they teach us, they guide us. They do not have any sympathy. They may have empathy. They want to help us and guide us to follow the right path. So, what is the message? The master here is Krishna, who is the originator of the entire Eastern wisdom, yoga, meditation, mindfulness. After that, Buddha came and Buddha taught. The master totally disapproves, disagrees, rejects the state of mind of the seeker. Provided if you are a seeker, if we are a seeker, we will continue to learn. Now, if I say you are crazy, go ahead. I don't want to talk to you. Until you remove your craziness, you will definitely leave me. What the heck? Do you think that you are a great guy? No, but that is the teaching of the Eastern West. So I create an environment, a situation by giving lot of examples, and then I come to the main. Three words he used that must be understood. You are unworthy to be a human being, Master says to the seeker. You have already understood. What does it mean by being unworthy of being a human being in reference to the mind and intellect? Second, you are heading to hell, means continued suffering, reaction, resistance. Why? Because you are not looking into your mind that is impulsive, instinctive, habitual, blaming the entire world. You are not seeing, you are not understanding that peace is your essential nature, happiness is your essential nature. First, you have to stick to that, then we will find out where the peace is. Are you getting it? So he says, no, you are heading to the hell. You will go to the hell instead of heaven. I'm not saying, I'm just, what Master is saying, hell is constant suffering. Third, can you ever imagine that anyone can say to our friend, I don't want to name him again and again. So, Master says you are disgraceful. Finish. You don't understand. Why you don't understand? You are in delusion. But this seeker says, please make me understand. Please make me understand. Eastern wisdom gives 1000 volt of shock to our crazy mind by saying this. That is the reason the master says you are disgraceful, fast, you are in delusion, you will never go to hell. No, you will never go to heaven, you will always go to hell. If you think like this, means you will continue to suffer. What is the takeaway? That if I am in anxiety, stress, duality, conflict, problem, fear, insecurity, my mind is crazy. I have to set my mind free from this. I have to go back. I have to hammer my mind again and again by intellect, by the knowledge, by the understanding that what is the subject matter, why I am suffering. I am suffering because of my mind. Mind is the cause of all the suffering. My mind. If I do not think and contemplate, sometime I am not able to find it out. That is the reason, Then people join me for the personalized. Personalized session means that, I pinpoint, I direct, I make you focus. So that, did you understand the first point? The takeaway is if I am suffering, it is because I am responsible for my sorrow and suffering. I'm responsible for my peace and happiness, love and wisdom. Nobody else in this world. No situation, no condition. Why? Do you love happiness? Happiness is your nature. Do you love to survive? Existence is your nature. Do you love peace? Peace is your nature. No, but I'm in stress, confusion, delusion, hallucination. That can only be removed by the knowledge first, followed by the practice. Did you get it? Did you get it? If you get it, then we will start our practice. Let us start